So I'm just going to do a really quick rundown of what the schedule and overall outline of the class is going to look like. So there are going to be 16 modules to cover over the course of the semester. The general structure is that new modules are going to open each Monday, and a discussion post is going to be due every other Wednesday. And on the alternating Wednesdays, there's going to be your responses to those posts are due. So each week you're going to be engaging in discussion, but on alternating weeks, it's either going to be your initial post or the two discussion posts. Whenever you are posting your discussions, the initial post must be between 300 and 500 words, and the response needs to be between 100 and 300 words. And you'll do 2 responses. And all that together is going to equal 10 points, so it's going to be 80 points over the course of the 16 weeks. And each Friday for each of the 16 modules, there's going to be a quiz due. So every Friday by 11:59, and as a note, the discussions are due at 11:59 too, which is at the end of the day. There's going to be a quiz due on Fridays, every Friday that we have a module that opens, so that'll be every Friday except for spring break. So I'm going to drop the 2 lowest quizzes, so you'll have 140 points coming from the quizzes total. Sometimes I will open 2 modules at the same time, and that will happen if the 2 modules depend on each other in some capacity, meaning that they're closely related to each other. But there still will only be 1 quiz due, and then just either the post or the responses due that week, and all of the due dates will be outlined very clearly within each module. So let's see what else. In your discussion post, I want you to be sure that you are being very respectful and kind to one another. You don't need to agree with everything. That would, of course, make for a very boring course and very boring discussion. But please be sure that you're being thoughtful and respectful. And I will take down any post that I deem to be not respectful. And you can please reach out to me and let me know if you find something that you don't think is respectful. Most readings are going to come from a textbook called The Psychology of Women. I usually hold it up in the video at this point, but I don't have it with me. It is a non-traditional textbook where a lot of feminist psychologists in the field who have taught this class prepared a written lecture based on their favorite thing to teach in their classes. So it's very dynamic and it's very engaging, and it's very unlike textbooks that you have probably read in past courses. I thought that it was a really nice substitute for a textbook, particularly for this class, since I'm not able to lecture in front of you in real time since we're online. I've read the book. I think it's great. I really hope you like it. I think that it was a really nice way to kind of get you involved in the course, and the lectures. I'm also going to pull some readings from other sources like scholarly articles. I'm also going to pull some readings from another textbook that I'm not asking you to buy for this class, so I'll save you a little bit of money. I'm also going to be posting podcasts and videos and other kind of, some of them are funny articles, like for the first week there's an Onion article, excuse me, just to get you engaged, and sometimes I think it's good to laugh about humor is a good tool sometimes. So a quick overview of some of the other assignments are going to be 3 reflection assignments due throughout the course. Each are worth 30 points for a total of 90 points. And they cover a number of things. One is going to be focused on your own, reflecting on your own personal identity and your cultural norms and how that impacts how you perceive gender in our culture, and to kind of think about areas where you have biases or where you're going to become a little defensive potentially. I'm also going to ask you to do an assignment where you are going to transgress a social norm. So you're going to go out into the world and do something that is not, somebody of your gender would not typically do, or that is your gender, appearing in your gender would normally do, and then reflect on it. And then the third one is going to be a case analysis of a female character, a fictional female character from literature or television or movie, and to do an analysis of that character using some of the concepts that we're talking about in our class. So all of these things are outlined in the syllabus pretty thoroughly, so please check that out and keep track of like what's coming up. There's also going to be 2 personal growth assignments, one at the very beginning of the semester due at the very beginning of the semester and one at the very end of the semester. And so it's going to be, there's just a PowerPoint you're going to fill out, and you're going to answer some prompted questions, and you'll get an idea of kind of like how much you have grown over the course of the semester. So just to kind of give you some benchmarks of like where you've gone, how your thinking has changed, and how you're going to want to use the things that you've learned in this class and in your life and kind of carry it forward. So please note that the due dates are on the course homepage and in the syllabus and on the course schedule, so you have no excuse for not knowing. And I'm not going to hound you about the due dates. They're posted many places in addition to within the modules themselves. Please read the course schedule and the syllabus carefully. There will be questions about these items on your first quiz, and you are responsible for everything in these documents. I make sure that your preferred email is listed in your Logo account so that you get my account or my announcements and my emails. So if I'm sending things out via Learn and you're not getting them, that's going to be the onus of responsibility is on you. So I'm not going to make sure every single individual is getting the emails that I'm blasting out to you, but please reach out to me if there is a problem. We can try to work that out. Please put general questions in the questions forum that's on the discussion section of Learn. Please don't send them to me. I'm going to respond to questions, general questions there so that everyone can hear the answers. But if you have a personal question, please do feel free to respond or to contact me directly. My email is steine, steine, @unm.edu. Please give me 48 hours to respond to your emails. There are going to be about 50 of you in this class, and there's just myself and our TA who we know we're going to do our best, but we can only do as much as we can, right? So we'll try to get to everybody as quickly as we can, but please be patient. I'm not going to respond to emails after 5 p.m. the night before an assignment is due. This is just so that, you know, I am a natural procrastinator and I've fought against the habit my whole life, and I'm going to help you fight against the habit if that's you too. So if you have questions, please ask prompt in a timely manner and give us time to respond so that we can help you. In your emails, please, in the subject line, write Psych 375 with a colon and then the subject of the email with the brief description of your question or your concern, and this will help me triage emails to make sure I don't miss yours. Again, get lots of emails within a week, so I want to make sure I catch yours. And finally, there are extra credit options that are outlined in the syllabus, as well as the total points you can earn over the course of the semester. And the due date for all of the extra credit is going to be at the end of the semester, and that you can find that in the syllabus as well. So please let me know if you have any questions. I will be happy to help, and hope this is helpful. All right, take care.